Russia's potential invasion of Ukraine, which at this moment in time is a little like a package sent via the post office. It could either come tomorrow or never. There's no way to know. The Biden administration says the invasion is all but certain and has warned all US citizens to leave Ukraine immediately. Which, I mean, you'd think would be obvious at this point, you know, but you've got to admit, there's always that one person who needs the danger spelled out for them. It's dangerous, can't you see? You know, it's like the people in horror movies. Honey, there's an evil clown at the door selling knives. I'm gonna let him in. See what happens. But over the last couple of days, there have also been some promising signs of de-escalation. Like, for instance, Russia said that it would continue negotiations, and it claimed that it had pulled some of its troops away from the border. Right? That's a really good thing. And there's no way to know why this is happening, but I will say I'd probably put some of my money on this.
Just across from Russia, in the city of Mariupol, some Ukrainians are preparing basic training for the whole family, learning first aid to treat gunshot and shrapnel wounds, and weapons training. On a 7.62 caliber AK-47 is Valentina Konstantinovskaya. The 79-year-old is a retired accountant and a great-grandmother.
I'm ready to shoot if something happens. I will defend my home, my city, my children.
Wow. I've never seen someone who looks so adorable sound so threatening. When the shit goes down, I will headshot a bitch from 300 yards. Some lemon in your tea? This woman is a badass, though, you know? Actually, if you ask me, I think this is a brilliant deterrent to have grannies on the front lines. No, think about it, right? If you're part of the elite Russian invasion squad, there's no way in hell you want to get taken down by a 79-year-old woman. I mean, if that happens, they're probably gonna have to make something up to tell your family. I'm sorry to say your son was killed by very strong young men. Definitely not old woman who learned to use gun 4 days ago. Oh, and just one more thing. Before you get too attached to Granny Rambo, the militia that's training her in that news clip, well, they're reportedly far-right ultranationalists with neo-Nazi tendencies. So just a friendly reminder, everything you love will eventually disappoint you. But let's move on, because while Russia is threatening to violate Ukraine's sovereignty, they're already violating the rules of the Olympics. And it's causing a huge controversy in the world of figure skating.
With the world watching her every move, this morning, 15-year-old Russian figure skater Kamila Valieva is set to take to the ice, despite testing positive for an illegal performance-enhancing substance before the Games.
A positive drug test is going to be on the ice here in a few hours, skating at the Olympic Games. I cannot believe I just said that sentence.
The IOC now saying that Valieva claims there was a mix-up with her grandfather's heart medication. An international court deciding she can still compete while they investigate further. In response, the IOC saying if Valieva lands in the top 3, there will be no medals handed out until the investigation is complete.
I can't believe they caught someone cheating, and they're still letting her compete while they investigate more. Like, guys, it almost feels like the investigation is not about whether she cheated or not. It's almost like the real investigation here is, okay, let's see what these drugs can do. Let it rip. Well, come on, let's just see. We want to know, right? Everybody wants to know. I also know that nobody believes her excuse, right? That she accidentally took her grandfather's heart medication, but I do. I believe her. Because I know what it was like growing up, me and my family. We always had a big bowl of loose pills all mixed together. It's an easy mistake to make. Is this one yours? I don't know. I know my estrogen has changed, Grandma, but I don't know. Meanwhile, everyone's obsessed with this girl and the pills. That's all everyone's talking about. They're like, this 15-year-old took the pills and she did this. Yeah, everyone's focusing on. No one is focusing on the fact that her grandpa took her medication. Now he's dominating bingo at the old folks' home. I will say, you know, like, one of the things that shocked me about this story is that I've always pictured performance-enhancing drugs and steroids for things that you need, like, power for. Do you know what I mean? Like extreme power, sprinting, lifting. Brrr! I never thought I'd see the day where a figure skater would be injecting themselves. It's like, all right, let's go! Now, a lot of people are scratching their heads. A lot of people have been asking this online, saying, why? Why is it that this Russian skater is still being allowed to compete in the Olympics when Sha'Carri Richardson, remember her? She was kicked out of the Olympics after she smoked weed. Yeah, but apparently the reason for this, and I just found this out, is that one difference is that if you're a minor in sports and you get caught doping, they give you more leeway because you're young and you're impressionable and you may not be in control of what you're putting into your body. Yeah, I didn't know that. That's a pretty big loophole in the anti-doping rules. Like, I'm not saying Russia had this minor take steroids on purpose because they knew she wouldn't get in trouble, but if they did do it on purpose, I mean, you gotta admit, that's a pretty slick move, you know? It's the same reason drug dealers put kids out on the corner. You're like, shit, the worst thing you get is juvie. Come on, man. But again, I'm not saying that Russia did this on purpose. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying don't be shocked when later this week they use 15-year-olds to invade Ukraine.